Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be doing something I think a few of you have been looking forward to, and that's an Izzet deck. And honestly, right now, I don't think Izzet has a lot of quality options outside of maybe playing some control variants. But there is a side that says, hey, maybe we could make an aggro version of Izzet work. And there's enough spells and enough cards that you kind of start putting the pieces together and it sort of works. So let's just see if this is a thing, because I know a lot of you want to know. And really, today's question is it a thing? Let's go find out. I want to give a thanks to all of you that have been joining the channel with that join button down below to show your love and support. And to our newest member, Matt Johnson, thank you for joining. And if you want to protect all your nerd stuff, check out ultrapro.com/PowrDragn. Use promo code PowrDragn. They'll save you 5% at checkout, and they'll give a little kickback over here. Okay, so when we're playing this deck, really there's a couple of things we have to solve for. The first is we have to get our creature to spell ratio correct, and that's going to be the biggest thing in the whole deck. And partly because we need enough spells to trigger all the stuff in the deck that cares about spells, but at the same time, you have to produce enough threats in the current meta, partly because there's a lot of mono blue floating around. And one of the ways you beat that deck is just to keep applying pressure. And if you don't, well, stuff starts to backfire. So it's going to be a little bit of a balance, but I think we can get there with this particular list. Now, starting at the top, we've got 4 Consider, and that's not a surprise. This is the best 1-mana card these type of decks can play, especially if you're hoping to chain off a couple of spells that can kind of increase the odds that you get another one to cast. Delver of Secrets is a pain in my butt, honestly. Like, this thing has been a bugaboo for me for, like, I don't know, when did he first get printed? 15 years ago or something? Like, the problem here is I almost never flip Delvers. Like, if I get a Delver on 1, I think the percentage of times I flipped it on turn 2 is like maybe 20% tops. Probably closer to like 10. So that's annoying. But honestly, it's one of the best cards for this type of list, so we're going to go for it anyway, and hopefully I'll be flipping Delvers before turn 5. We're going to play 3 Fading Hope, and part of me wants to have 4, but the reality is I just don't know where the 4th one would go. Partly because we're playing red, which allows us to just outright remove some creatures with damage, so we're just going to play 3 to start with. We're playing 3 Flame Blast Bolts, because this is great at getting rid of stuff like Underdog. Ledger Shredder. This is another one I wanted 4 of, because it's easy to cast and has a pretty huge upside. The problem is, I don't know how often we're going to realize that upside if we get those draws where we have extra creatures, or maybe we have some counter magic that we're sitting on, and we're just going to be waiting around to really get those triggers off. We do have 2 Make Disappear and 2 Negate. That's going to be our counter package, I guess. I'd like to have a 3rd Make Disappear, but I don't know where I want to squeeze it in just yet. So for now, we're just going to go with 4 and keep it light. 4 Electrostatic Infantry. Not only is this card good because we have a ton of spells, but it also tramples on its own, which is really nifty. One of those things that could come into play more often than you think, especially if people are trying to chump block some situations or what. And this leads to a lot of times where your opponents are going to double block. So a lot of times this card can take out 2 or 3 defenders, which is a pretty huge bonus, honestly. Even if it dies, it's worth it at that expense. And it creates a problem for your opponent if they want to block with you having mana up, because they don't know if you're going to play 1, 2, 3 spells and really make it even more difficult. So this is a pretty quirky card. I usually would try to wait to play this, though, until you have at least 1 more spell to go with it, because being at 3 or 4 toughness is so important and opens the door for you to be able to block way more stuff. We have Lightning Strikes, no surprise, it just deals damage. Twin Inferno is one that we're actually going to be experimenting with here, and the doubling spell thing is kind of neat. It can work in cases where you need to play a Lightning Strike or even a Fading Hope and get 2 blockers out of the way, and that's pretty nice. I mean, maybe you're just hard up for cards and you want to get more spells. Maybe you copy like a Consider, so that could be pretty good. But honestly, the double strike on something like an Infantry or even a Ledger Shredder that you've grown or whatever, like once a thing is more than 4 power, this can get close to just ending the game or setting up the end. Another way we're going to be growing creatures is with Balmor, Battle Mage Captain. Another thing about Balmor is remember that it gives everything trample. So especially now where you're starting to see a few more angels floating around with all the flyers that we have, having trample over those is going to be very good as well. But for every instant and sorcery, you're going to get +1 and trample. Totally the card we want for this. My only question is do we really want 3, or can we go to 2, and can one of these become one of the other spells where we didn't know we were going to find space or not? We have 3 Haughty Djinn. If you played against Mono Blue, you kind of know what this card does already. It reduces the cost of instants and sorceries, and it gets bigger for the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard, which hopefully we'll have several of those. Same here on Tolarian Terror. It's a 5/5 for 7, however, its cost does get reduced for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. It does have Ward 2. My hope is a lot of times we're going to be casting this for 2 or 3 mana, but we'll see. Even 4 isn't bad for a 5/5 with Ward 2, but really 2 or 3 is kind of what we're aiming for here. And don't forget, if you have a Balmor, it also gives this trample as well whenever you play spells, so it becomes a really hard thing for your opponent to block efficiently. Lands, we're not really surprising anybody. We got 7 mountains, 6 islands, or I did that backwards. 7 islands, 6 mountains, 4 Shivan Reef, 4 Stormcarved Coast. No, actually, I think I said that right. Either way, it's been a long day. I've been working on technical stuff for something I'm hoping I'll get to see in another video or two, so please forgive me as we get through this video. But yeah, this is all we're doing. Now, I should probably go ahead and add in an Otawara and a Sakinzin, because why not, right? All right, so we're adding in Otawara, we're adding in Sakinzin. All right, there we go. So we got Otawara, we got Sakinzin in there, and I think that's going to do it for us. So yeah, let's go play some games and see how this ends up, because I have no idea. But definitely catch up with me on the back end of the video, because I'm sure after these games are done, we'll have a lot to say about this list. I'm going to assume this is not great, but we're going to keep it anyway. If this is just against another blue deck, I hope it's not, because this is going to be a really weird fight. Okay. Balmor, I guess. I have no idea if this is going to stick. I probably should have played Ledger Shredder, but it's whatever. Okay, let's play this, knowing that we're going to play one of these other spells this turn. And we'll attack. Gonna see if the opponent was gonna try to get frisky and block there, but end of turn. Ah, they didn't do anything. I was hoping they would. I was a little lazy on my part. Yeah, we'll discard one of those. Dang it. Could have got away with it, probably. Well, I guess not, because they had the Tamiyo safekeeping the whole time, so it would have been a waste anyway. Who knew? Opponent's not going to do anything here, though. Alright. Let's pump our team, see what we find. A lightning strike. Ooh. I can stay on top. We'll take that. Go to attacks. See what the opponent wants to do here. Gonna block a Balmor. Sure. I mean, we're gonna try. I mean, because we gotta. Discard for this? I don't know. Okay, that worked. Okay. That'll do it. Alright, let's keep this. I mean, double Balmor is probably not the best, but it's probably not the worst either. Especially as the first one's likely to draw some type of removal, and then you get a little bit of action with the second one, so, you know, it's alright. Ooh, we get to kill a Giada. Oh, actually, we kind of got the best of both worlds here. Kill use. It's a big deal. Alright, problem is we don't really have much left in hand other than double striking something, so we gotta hope we find another spell here. Would be real nice. Okay, well, to the deck's credit, we did find another spell. not one we were looking for, but nah. Now on the plus side, It wouldn't be quite enough. I was going to say if we actually get this off and then drew a land, but we'd still be one short. Maybe we'll find a land and a lightning strike or something. I don't know. Well, I definitely want to stop that. All right. What do we got? Negate. Well, I wish I would have had that first, because I could have saved that for some creatures. But 'tis what it is. Give this double strike, and tramples would be 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and again, so it'd be 10, 11, 12. Not enough. Close, but not enough. Yeah, none of that. What deck plays all those angels and depopulate? Like, what are people doing with, like, all these sweepers in their aggro piles? Alright, we're gonna try. Hopefully they don't have, like, Fading Hope or something. Okay, that's gonna do it. Nice one. Ooh. Alright, I'll try, but this hand doesn't really do anything. We kind of have a Ledger Shredder with no way to put counters on it. Oh, well, the gig is up there. Or I'd say the jig is up, I should say. But, yeah, that makes sense. No need to even show them the red mana here. You know, they did put a creature in the graveyard for our Haughty Djinn, though. So it's not like that's the worst thing. We'll attack. Now, here's what's interesting. If we could find... I was just thinking that. We could get 2 spells off, right? And then pump the Haughty Djinn. I don't know if it's even worth wasting that, though, is kind of the thing. But maybe. I don't know. Give this to... I mean, they're both going to be +1, I guess. We'll give this plus strike. Oh, double strike. Because we'd rather keep the Haughty Djinn if they're going to target something or whatever here. Okay, well, that was enough. We will keep this. And... Alright. Oh, we're not get to keep the Delver, are we? This Delver is going to be dead. I may even just stop during our upkeep to see if we could draw a red land. Yeah, another Delver's not going to help us in this fight. Okay, well. That didn't help. Oh, wow. Wow, that's a tough one. Not really sure what to do now. I'm not going to attack just in case we feel the need to block if something goes real crazy, but... I mean... Almost anything, Stormseeker, whatever, would all been kind of bad here. Yeah, go for it. We got nothing. Yeah, we pretty much got to find a red land, or this isn't going to be worth nothing to us. All right, we got to keep that. That at least does something here. Wow. All right. Well, our hand's largely worthless at this stage. This was a bad gamble that did not pay off. Yeah, I'm just going to take it. Neither of these are things that are good to bounce either. That's kind of the crappy part. Like, bouncing this lets them make a bigger creature. So, I mean, like, ugh. And we still take a point from that. Alright. We'll stop the lightning strike at least. Definitely don't need that. I was just like, man, is there any chance we could even just block a 3/2/3? But like, no deal. Wow. Even if we had a red, then we could block and first strike it. I mean, that would have been something. There it is, but it's just too late. Yeah, we're dead a few different ways. All right, yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, we'll keep it. All right, that's not bad. We'll pass with this up. We're looking for a counter of some kind. Does this really do anything? I mean, having a second red would be nice. I guess we'll take it. We'll pass. Oh, that's not what this is at all. Oh, this might be Selesnya tokens. Or just general aggro, which is gonna be tough. Yeah. Okay. Well, we know some things now. Sure. Actually, you know what? If I'm gonna lightning strike, yeah, we're just gonna take the damage here. But I was just thinking about how we're gonna utilize this stuff all together. And I think it's gonna be kill this now. And then just coast and one of these. Pass the turn. I mean, the opponent looks like they got stuck on mana, even though they had a solid start here. But even if they play a land, we can kill most things I can think of that they're going to play here. And that grows the infantry, and then we just figure it out from there. Now, the reason I almost waited during my opponent's turn to kill a thing was that there was... Okay, well, they're conceding. We go first. Let's keep it. Don't know if I want to draw... Yeah, I want to draw an island. Untapped blue land. That's what I want next turn. Though, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of ways this could go and still be okay. But first turn has to be that. Doesn't have to be, but it kind of has to be. Alright, let's go a little Delver and see if you get a cut down. You do not. Really, I was going to say, against black decks, I really hope to draw like Flame Blast Bolts to be able to deal with underdogs. Decline. We're going to be in one of these situations again. Alright, let's see where this goes. I mean, a Fading Hope here isn't bad either. Putting an underdog in their hand is alright if we have to. And being in a situation where we could possibly Lightning Strike and underdog or Fading Hope in the same turn is okay too. Yep, you got a Lilianis.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
Sure, away you go, Delver, because you never flip. Which means my top card will actually be a spell when I want it to be a land, because it would have flipped. Oh, okay, it actually wasn't that time. I'm impressed. Alright, well, it is what it is.
I'll be back.
In the turn.
Friends.
No Wandering Emperor or nothing here. Okay. Nothing? I mean, they're probably waiting for me to do something to see if I have a counter, which would make a lot of sense, honestly. I don't blame them. I'm going to do this and lose a Balmor, but It's whatever. Nope, don't want. Do not want. Yeah, I assumed. Still get to kill a Wandering Emperor here, so that's fine.
My people must contend with me.
And then, almost regardless what's on top, like, we get to play a Balmor, or we get to... alright, well, I guess Balmor you gotta be. This has not worked out very well.
A
Sure.
fight? And you think you can win? Sacrifices must be made.
Alright, cool. Oh my gosh, this is a definite mulligan. Keep this. Get rid of Twin Inferno, because I'm probably going to need all these other cards along the way. Okay. Not sure what we need this to look like, so I'm just going to go with Ledger Shredder. I mean, yeah, I don't even know if that's right. Alright, at least here if we Shredder, we get any land, we could play this and consider and get to look at another card, so maybe that helps. Cathar, sure, you got it. Friend, you got it. That didn't do a whole lot of anything. Have to do this, because if not, it's just going to flip anyway, and that's kind of silly. But yeah, not drawing land is tough with this deck. I mean, it really, really is. Would you like to play another spell opponent that doesn't kill my Ledger Shredder? I would be appreciative. Wow, discarding lands, I'm envious. Don't, you weren't supposed to target my Ledger Shredder, see? Alright. Hey, look, we might actually get to do something. Alright. Let's see where this goes. You got a lot of mana already. I am quite envious. Okay, Fable. I mean, I ain't doing nothing about it. Opponent, really? I mean, I'll take it. Might be too little too late, but I will take it just the same. Pass. Yep, you get to do some things. How rough is it that I may be sacrificing this electrostatic infantry if they try to cast something that's too scary? If it costs 3 or less, obviously. If it costs 4 or more, we don't have to worry about it. Okay, well, they're down to 1 card. That's some good news. And they didn't attack here. Also good news. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought they might have had a spell or something there. Don't need that. Don't really need that either, but, you know, is what it is. Let's draw first. Well, yeah, let's draw first. Because we can still bow more plus make disappear. That's not bad. Okay. And I'm going to attack with just the Haughty Djinn here, I think. Well, good thing we still held on to that. All right. Now we have a lot of things we could draw here that would be very good. We also have to do it kind of quickly, because this combination of things can get a little silly. But if they attack here, I was going to say, we have good blocks. Yeah, let's see if we can just get the spells to get the job done here. That is not it. But I don't mind that being on top either, though. Alright, so opponents, we attack with all that. This would trample. They could triple block some things. Yeah, whatever. We're at 17. Who am I kidding? Especially looking at our hand. Yeah, that's totally fine. If that's how things gotta go out, excellent. Alright, if they got a sweeper, they got a sweeper. I walked right into it. They got to see an extra card. You got to kill at least 2 things, or else this combination of stuff is definitely beyond lethal. Okay, that's pretty good. You get to shoot something, get the block, and gain 3. That's real. And you can copy the angel. Well, I would have waited to block with it, but you know, that's a thing. Like that's definitely a decision. Yeah, because now you have to block. Because if I attack with this, then they go to 16, and that only does 15. So, like, yeah. Huh. That was odd. Okay, we're going to keep. It's a little tough, though. We'll see. Depending on if we draw a land or not, this could dictate what we do on turn 1 pretty heavily. Let's see, though. Then I think we're going to go here. Mostly because there's a high chance this could be some type of Selesnya enchantment. Oh, it's not. So we chose poorly. That's a bit scary. That's a bit scary. Damn. Well, we know now. Yep, we can't do nothing about it. I was about to say, we're probably just going to get run down here, aren't we? Yep. This is not the type of race we're looking for. Alright, let's attack. Let's play this. I mean, we don't get to kill anything. Oh yeah, we're dead. GG's. No burn spells or anything there. We're not coming back. Wow, okay, let's keep it. Any chance we can get an island deck? An untapped blue source, please? That'd be great. No? Alright. Maybe I asked for too much. And we didn't even get the pleasure of killing an underdog, which would have been great. Alright, well, we're going to attack. Because that's the thing we get to do. Creatures didn't die, though, so that's kind of nice. Considering our mana sucks right now. Bruh, really? Like, I mean, I guess. Try to cast a Consider. Oh, that's what happened? Okay. I mean, sure. Didn't really see that coming. But I don't blame them. I mean, if we're stuck on lands and they're really trying to just stop that from happening, I mean, I get it. I don't really fault them for it. Reveal. Not that it helps us, because the opponent has nothing other than to protect our own creatures here, which we might consider, I guess. But I'm pumped. Alright. Here comes the Wandering Emperor. Nope, just a negates. Okay. And the turn? I'm not really sure what the opponent's up to. But if we somehow win this with just this gross, worthless board, I'm going to be really surprised. We might be able to do that now. 3, 6, 7. Wouldn't be enough. Damn it, they had a cut down. Alright, well, we definitely can't now. Man. Ugh. Alright. Do what we can here. Hey, we're trying real hard. Shieldred, huh? Alright, we bounce Shieldred. And then what? If we shoot Shieldred, bounce Shieldred. This goes to a 5, then this gets a trigger. If we just do it once... Yeah, we kind of have to. It looks like this might happen, y'all. Yeah, sure. With Exactly? Oh. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we keep it. Yeah, we'll do this. Not that it matters, 'cause I didn't think of much that I'm gonna, like, Flame Blast Bolt or whatever and not deal with things, but let's pass. Opponent goes with Rada. Let's kill that. Let's get rid of that for good. Let's lead with this. We'll pass. Good chance this is going to die. We may have to Fading Hope our own creature, but, you know, cost of doing business if we gotta. Oh, that's actually not bad. That's a great thing to get rid of. We love that. We get to Flame Blast Bolt that. Haughty Jin. That's a thing, I guess. Attack for 2. And the turn. You know, I like Fable a lot. Don't get me wrong, I think Fable and Mirrorbreaker is a really good Magic card. But I don't think it belongs in a lot of versions of, like, Mono Red or Gruul. It's just not the best card those decks could be playing. Like, it's just not aggressive enough. Like, you're spending 3 mana for a 2/2, so you're getting a creature that's below rate. Like, maybe you get cards and stuff later. That's cool. But it's even worse because so many people now are playing stuff like Destroy Evil, right? So they just destroy your enchantment and they don't get anything. This is intriguing. Do I want to block with Haughty Jin? Give it double strike, so it only gives it a 3. Nah, I don't really want to trade there. Not that interested. No blocks. Okay, we are going to attack. I know opponent probably thinks we're crazy here. You have to know we're up to something if we make that kind of play, though. We're telegraphing that something's not normal. Alright, what else are they doing? Lizard blades. Okay, this is fun stuff. Okay, well, this is where we get to do everything we want to do. So we're going to do this. We're going to... Next thing we play is copied. We're going to play this. We're going to target here. And we're going to target this so there's no shenanigans. Get rid of that. Man, that did not help. Alright, opponent goes to 7. We have a few ways we could end it on our turn. Oh, really? You're kidding. Alright, well, sure. So funny, man. Every once in a while, I think that's such a bad thing to do, but hey, every once in a while you get rewarded for it. Sure, Stormseeker, it's all you, friend. Get your tax in there, why not? Alright, give me a big body creature. That's definitely not it. How do I feel about that? Probably not good enough. Ooh, that would have been good a while ago. Sad. Alright. Okay, Raiju. We'll try to kill the Raiju. I mean, we're dead either way here. Alright. We got nothing. Ooh, what do we do with this? Keep it, but this is interesting. From a, like, what spell's more important kind of scenario. Okay. So we're up against another blue deck. So many of those on the ladder these days. And I don't think they're necessarily good or bad. They're just kind of there. They're just kind of boring. I think I'm going to lead with Balmor and just let this get countered. Mostly because we can get more value out of these with the other spells that are attached, so... No reason not to go for it. Opponent missed a land, but that doesn't mean much for those decks. They're made to operate on very little land. A little surprised they didn't consider on their turn to see if they could find another land. But, I don't know. Maybe they thought there was something I was going to have that they could negate or something. Oh, they're just impulsing. Wow. Okay. Well, the fact that we're going to have a negate available to us here is kind of nice. I think I want to play this. Taking a point, obviously. Then attacking. So if they choose to try to Fading Hope, we can negate. Pump our things. Get a little extra out of Ledger Shredder. Because they might try to here. Yep, that's exactly what we wanted. Ooh, Delver, you guys to go. I mean, they can still Fading Hope now. I mean, we're shields down effectively, but I ain't mad about it. Try an infantry. Essence capture. Alright. Let's go ahead and shoot the opponent here. If they want to counter it, they counter it. Whatever. Ooh, another lightning strike. Alright, Fading Hope can go. I mean, we're making the terror cheaper all along the way, so seems fine. Okay. I am not upset at these proceedings. That seems pretty strong for us, barring some more Fading Hopes. Terror. Opponent's at 10. Geez. I guess we discard a Make Disappear. That's crazy to say here. That's pretty fabulous, though. So we could target, let it go away. Target, let it go away. Actually, we don't have to do that. We could target that. Let it fizzle. Shoot the opponent. So they go to 7. This gets pumped, and then this would trample for 1? No, it just wouldn't do anything. Okay. Sure. And we just won't pay for it. Not really part of the puzzle here. Yeah, that can just go away. Alright. And then we'll just play this, and I don't think the blue deck has anything after that. That's not true. They have March, but they don't. Okay. Alright, we're keeping this, and hoping for the best. Come on, one time. Let me flip a Delver on 2 just one time. One time this video. Why? It's just not meant to be. It's just not going to happen. Alright. I'm going to go with this with the idea that we'll find a way to get a spell that we can play alongside this. Or at least if we get a land, we can do 2 things, right? Okay, I was wrong. But we did get to flip a Delver, so there's that. I mean, you know, plus side and all. Alright, play one of these duders. Please don't sweep my board, because I don't have counters. I mean, I do, just not in my hand. Ooh, a lightning strike. Okay. That's a thing. I'm going to gamble on this and see if we can find a land. That is definitely not a land. Neither is that, but boy, a negate would have been awesome. Alright. It's not looking good. Alright, how bad is it? Yeah, depopulate. That makes sense. Can't fault them for it. Let's see if we can get this to go. Opponent's only at 10, though, so it's still winnable from here. Consider. Would you like to counter? No. I definitely don't want... I say definitely. Hold that thought. Maybe I do. And we did it! That's actually pretty critical right now. We're going to go with this. Mostly so when we play our spell that we'll have to counter their Wandering Emperor here. We'll actually get a bonus. Okay. Opponent's at 7. Another Wandering Emperor. Sure. You got it.
Now you've done it. That's coming off. This is what you get for hurting my people.
Opponent says they were not interested. Alright. What are we looking to do here?
Back to wandering.
Shoot the opponent, because this is going to become a 4 anyway. Okay. And it's probably a 3rd Wandering Emperor with our luck. Oh, nope. I was about to give them the GGs if they had it. Don't tell me this draw actually got there. I was about to say. That's rough that they had to use a farewell there, but hey. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to follow up with the opponent at 3, because, man, a lightning strike off the top would have been a sick rip. Still a sick rip if we get one. Nope. Alright. Well, we have an 0-4 Harijin. The fairy's going to gain life. That's not good for us. That's the very definition of not good for us. Opponent could have attacked first and then untap their creature, right? Because it's one of the things we get to do. Yeah. Because, I mean, what am I going to do? Block with an 0-4? But now it's ugly because, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know how we get out of this. Probably starts with finding a consider or something. Yeah, that's not it. All right, we're dead. Opponent goes first? Yeah, I guess we're going to keep this. Ooh, against a life gain deck, huh? Alright, I mean, there are some ways we could live through this. Oh, nope, it's a cleric deck. Okay. That's a different set of problems. Sucks that that is not helping either. Okay. No attacks. I was just thinking, there's like, there is a world where we play this, we Fading Hope something. Maybe start trying to get ahead, but we'll see. Jaren, alright. So when you have stuff die, you get things now. I mean, if they double attack, I probably will double block. I mean, just saying. Am I even willing to do that? No, I'm not. I'm gonna take it. I thought about it, though. I really did. Wow. I'm so bad at flipping Delvers. I never mastered that skill like 20 years ago, and now I'm paying for it. As much as I don't want to waste a spell on my turn, I feel like I kind of should. I have no idea if that's helpful or not here. I probably want a 3rd blue at some point, depending, so sure. Definitely don't want that. No attacks, I guess. Man. This is hurtful. I mean, the only good thing is I have some stuff in the yard for the Harijin, somewhat, so there's that. I mean, just pump it up and attack opponent. I'm doing nothing. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, you know what, though? Sure. I mean, I'm going to play the Delver just because the cards in my hand's not any good anyway, so... Well, that doesn't help either. I mean, turning this into a 2-4 at least lets me block some more things, I guess, but... Ugh. There's a chance we get a burn spell, and this is just going to be better, so... No attacks. Let's see if we could draw one. Burn spell off the top deck. That would make life a lot easier. Alright, right, well now we got to kill a Paragon, so that's a different problem. Just pump Jaren and attack. Put me out of my misery. Yes, there you go. Well, I blocked the token. Yeah. And now I have to kill this or else we're going to be in trouble. That doesn't help us. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's not going to solve any problems. Oh, gosh. Is there any way we can possibly win now? I have a feeling this is going to be a situation where we have to draw like a Fading Hope or something. Just to be able to get rid of whatever they search out, which is probably either going to be Toxtrol or a big Liza, because that's what I have in mind. Overseer. Alright. I mean, I don't even know. I really don't. I'm sitting here thinking, like, how do I get through this, right? Opponent. Alright, sure, you get it. You get it. I'm just trying to think about how much damage we could possibly do giving something double strike here. That's a little better. Alright, let's discard and make disappear. I mean, this is almost coming together here. If we can get our hands on some other worthwhile spell. Does the opponent know this has to be used as a sorcery? Why are we attacking like this? I mean, I guess I'm your Huckleberry. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so we need to do this on our turn, unfortunately. That land does not help us. However, it does give us something we can discard to a Ledger Shredder. So let's do this for one. Copy the next thing. Play this. Oh, another Twinferno. All right, we'll take that. I think. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. Okay, that was going to do it. That was going to be a crazy win. So yeah, here's the thing. We were going to have, already it was 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 4. That's already 17. We were going to cast, well, actually, we still had stuff on the stack that hadn't even resolved yet. So there was still the Ledger Shredder trigger that needed to happen, right? So that was going to be another possibly +1. We don't know yet. Then we had Balmore that was going to give everything. That's 5 more. So now we're already, we'll say at 17, so that's 22. But we knew we were going to get this. So then we could give either of the 4s double strike, which would have been, they would have been 5. So now that's 10. So we're adding another 5 minimum. But then this would have given, no, so it would have been another 6 minimum. Yeah, we would have been way over enough to try to kill him. Even if they'd have kept the creature back, I think we still would have killed him anyway. So yeah, that was a wild comeback. Not something I really considered, but there you go. Some weird things that can happen with this deck. Okay, with all that said and done, I feel like I'm going to let some people down here, but let me start by saying it actually did what we wanted it to do the majority of the time, and that was cool. There were some times that we just lost because we just didn't draw land or whatever, and that was disappointing. And a couple of those I didn't even include on video because the games were over in like 4 turns effectively. But honestly, it's not any better than playing mono blue, truthfully. I felt like it would have just been better with the consistency you get from the blue deck to go with that. Now, maybe if we had a 3rd red-blue multi-land, that might change things up a little bit and make me change my mind. But I don't feel like I gained much by having the red in addition to the blue here. And I just feel like it's weak to just random things. Like you kind of, in some ways, sort of have to overcommit a little bit to get max value out of your stuff, which I also don't love, because you don't have a ton of threats to begin with. So that's a little bit tough also. So yeah, I think, is it playable? Yes, that is the main question. Like, could you play this on ladder and do okay? Sure. But I think it would still be a bit of a struggle. I think it's maybe just a little better than I don't know, I might even just be a coin flip deck, to be honest. So I wouldn't give it anything above 50, 51, 52% at best. So yeah, is it playable? Sure. Would I play it more? Probably not. But part of that is, I'm going to admit, being partially skewed by personal opinion, because it also didn't seem all that fun. There were a couple of interesting wins, but on a game-to-game basis, it didn't feel all that entertaining compared to a lot of other stuff we've played recently. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Firestorm Hellkite. Now, this card's just interesting because it's a 6 mana 6/6 that does require you to have red and blue mana to cast it, and it has flying and trample, which is pretty solid for the cost. However, for some reason, way back when, we thought this was too good, and it came with a cumulative upkeep that required you to play both a blue and a red to keep this card around, which seems like a bit much. But this kind of lends itself to the story of how creatures have evolved to being better over time, and we had so much of a struggle with large creatures back in the day. I think that's one of the things at least R&D has learned, and why we get better creatures now. The interesting thing about this card is it's still about $1.50 to $2 depending on where you pick them up. So if you come across one, it's still worth a little bit of something, even though I don't know of where this card gets played. I feel like maybe there's some Commander Dragons builds that possibly want it, but I can't say I've ever seen it cast in at least the last, I don't know, 20 years. Now, if you did enjoy today's video and you're looking for other aggro decks, check out the Selesnya aggro list we played, because it was very good and pushed through rank without a whole lot of issue. Wow, that's a slip up. Anyway, that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.